YouTube? I'm back again with a few topics and updates on the Rise Above World channel. First of all, I want to thank everybody for their support on my new book and tuning in for my premiere that was earlier today. I really appreciate you guys. I also want to talk about why I haven't been posting as many Woodoku videos lately. I also want to talk about a couple of life lessons in reference to my book, as well as a new leaderboard. So if you guys hang on in, we will get into it. So this is a Woodoku video, and even though I won't have as much gameplay footage on this video, this is a Woodoku video, and I do have some information that I think is important and I would like to talk to you guys about. So I'm going to say maybe for the last 2 months or so, I've been playing, and I've kind of had a difficult time getting over 500 points. And I'm like, hold on, something's not right. The game must be cheating on me. Maybe I lost my touch. Maybe it's something in the algorithm that's not, allowing me to get as many points. But whatever it was beginning to get real frustrating to where I even stopped playing for a little while, because I know that under normal conditions, as long as I'm getting the right squares, I'm going to get a pretty high score. I'm always going to get at least over 1,000, if not in the 2,000s, and then at least once a week, then I'm probably going to get at least 3,000, or possibly even the 4,000. So I want to kind of talk about that. So it was I think it was a weekend, and I couldn't sleep that night, and I said, hey, can't sleep, I don't have nothing else to do, why not play some Woodoku? So I grabbed my cell phone, I started playing, and I started doing what I normally do, playing my squares right. And on the first game, not the second, not the third, the first game I played, after not playing and it seemed like over a month, I beat my high score. And it wasn't until about maybe midway through that I was like, I'm just getting all the right blocks. This is crazy. But I just kept playing, and then I have kind of like superstition, and that is that once I start scoring like over 2,000 or 2,500, once I start getting that 3,000 range, I stop looking at the score because it distracts me. I've noticed that when I'm playing and I'm playing really good, and at a certain point, I just stop looking at the score and I start just playing. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe one of you guys at home can have a similar experience, but that's just me. So I like to just keep playing, not looking at the score. But on that night, I beat my high score. I couldn't believe it. I had like I think my previous high score, I think that I was the world champion for a while. It was at a 4,011. I beat it by at least a couple hundred points. So the moral of that story is that, in my opinion, no matter how many strategies you use, strategies, they come in handy, they work really good, but some days it's just not your day. And sometimes it is your day. But you just have to keep playing, keep using your strategies, and eventually, the sun will shine on you and you'll get your high score. So just keep playing Woodoku, and that's my Woodoku tip for the day. Just keep playing. Next up. So I was out gardening. It was either yesterday or the day before yesterday, and my girlfriend, I think she was cleaning up, some of the weeds and stuff around the garden, and I had to go pick it up. It was just laying out in the yard. It's probably been laying out there for like 2 or 3 days, so I had to go out there and clean it up. And I went out there and I went and used the new paper bags, right? The recyclable paper bags that's good for the environment, to put the shrubbery, all the old shrubs, and the garden weeds, to put it up so the garbage people could come and pick it up. Well, my first mistake is that I had too big of a bush that I probably should have chopped up first, but instead of just chopping it up, I said, man, I don't really feel like being out here. It's a little chilly. I'm just gonna grab it and try to stuff it all in there. That turned out to be a bad idea, and I eventually had to go get a regular trash bag because it was so big. But anyway, as I was putting it in and I was trying to stuff all the old weeds in the trash, it was a rose bush that was in there, and I got a nice little prick by one of those thorns, and it got into me real good where I hollered. And then I hollered so loud, the neighbors all the way down the block, they must have heard me. They just looked up, and I was a little embarrassed. I was upset, but I had to get to finish the job, so I went and got me a pair of gloves. But even though it was already too late, I'd already got stuck. It kind of, was bleeding a little bit, and I was hurt really bad. So I finished the job up and got everything wrapped up in the house, and later on that day, it kind of was bothering me a little bit. It just kept bothering me. And I was like, I'm a tough guy. I'm just going to keep going. It's no big deal. Eventually, it should, work its way out. Hopefully, the splinter comes out. And I'm just going to fight through it. But I noticed that all throughout that day, I was kind of in a crabby mood. And, I wasn't myself. I was just irritable, and I didn't know if I was hungry, but I know that wasn't it because I even got something to eat and I was still in a bad mood. But it was all because of that little bitty prick in my index finger, this one right here. And I had talked to my girlfriend about it. I didn't want to talk about it because, I thought that was a little weak. What's wrong with just a little prick in my finger? But I eventually just had to say something. I was like, man, I was out there. I should have had gloves on, but I was being stupid. And I went on ahead and tried to put the rose bush in the trash bag without any gloves, and I got a nice little prick. Well, I just was in luck because I found out that my girlfriend was a splinter expert. And she knew just what to do. So she wouldn't got I don't know what she got because I wasn't looking. I'm kind of get real funny when it comes to blood and stuff. I didn't want to look. I don't know what she did, but I know she went and got a lighter and a sharp object, and maybe 25 minutes later, she got that thing out, and I felt a whole lot better. So I said all that to say this. Sometimes in life, oftentimes it be the littlest things that can have kind of a big effect on you. And you can kind of try to ignore it and not deal with it and think that you can just power through it and just push past it. And maybe you can. But maybe it's a better way. Maybe you're going through something that you should talk to somebody about. Maybe they might have some advice that you didn't think. Maybe they might have went through the exact thing that you went to. Might be an expert on it, and they can share some valuable information with you. So, it's nothing wrong if you have a nice friend or a family member, or it could even just be a regular stranger off the streets. You're just passing through. There's nothing wrong with talking. Talking is good. It's very important, especially these days. I know we live in the new normal, and of course you want to be safety first, right? Safety distance, but you don't want to kind of be living recklessly as far as when it comes to social distancing. But having a social life is important. Talking to somebody when you're going through something is important because you don't know. They could just be a very good help to you. But you have to open your mouth and you have to talk about those things. So that's kind of life lesson that I learned yesterday with that. Instead of trying to be tough all the time, just open your mouth. You don't know. The person that you're talking to might have just the thing that could help you have a whole lot better day. So that's it for that. Next topic is the new leaderboard, the new Woodoku leaderboard. So in the past, I had a leaderboard up, and I don't have everybody's names right now, but I put a leaderboard up, and I tell everybody that the rules for getting on the leaderboard is have 2,000 or more points. 2,000 more points, and then you need to, of course, send me a screenshot for evidence to my email that I'll leave it in the description, but it is reesriseabove@gmail.com, just to show me evidence, just to be square, and we know that nobody's cheating, and that's proof that if anybody questions your score, I can show them, hey, I verified it, but if you don't believe me, I will present the proof. But anyway, the last leaderboard I had up, I had about at least 3 to 4 names of people that had gave me scores. I took their word for it. I put an asterisk by their name, letting everybody know is that that's the score they say they had, but it's not confirmed yet, so it's not really official. Well, anyway, for the new leaderboard, I'm gonna have to take those guys' names down, and until they send me verifiable proof that that's their actual score, then I'm gonna have to take them down. And we got a couple of new guys that stepped up into the Hall of Fame, and I want to give congratulations out to those guys for getting the high score. And last but not least, I have some new ideas for the new leaderboard. Now, it's a possibility that I could be going overboard, or you guys might just like it. Whatever the case is, just leave a comment, and whatever comments y'all leave, I'm going to take those into consideration, or if y'all want to put it up to a vote. But I think it'll be a real nice thing. I don't know too many other people that's giving out leaderboards and keeping up with everybody's information and putting it out on a regular basis. And that's what I try to do, to keep everybody up to date on who's getting these high scores. Also, I'm aware that there's other Woodoku channels that maybe show like tips and tactics and also high scores that maybe I'm unaware of. It would help a whole lot if you guys could direct them over to my channel, let them know that I try to keep records of everybody with their high scores. I try to keep it up to date on a regular basis, and then I will put them on the high score as long as they can give me evidence as far as a screenshot and email it to me, and then I keep the record boards accurate. And that's about it for today. But at the end of this video, I want to show kind of an example of the new leaderboard that I have in mind, how I'm going to present it. Kind of like, I'm not going to call it like the Olympics, but because this is a worldwide thing, people like to play this game all over the world. I think it would be nice if a person has a picture along with maybe their country of origin, along with maybe their profession, because I'm sure people from all walks of life, all ages play the game, and I think it would be a neat addition. But I want to hear from you guys if you think that would be neat, or if you think that would be corny, or if you have some other ideas. Just leave a comment down in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.